It's August 2017 and football has just been broken. Neymar has just moved to PSG in a deal worth 222 million. Since then, football clubs have been writing 100 million checks for fun. They are writing 100 million checks for anything that kicks a football. It's a disgrace that the top 10 most expensive players has the likes of Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez and Declan Rice.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Today, I'm going to rate the 10 most expensive players on a scale of 1 to 10. Trust me, I'll be very ruthless. I'll make sure no one gets 9 out of 10. At number 10 is Romelu Lukaku. He moved from Inter to Chelsea in 2021 on a deal worth 115 million. Before Lukaku made his move to Chelsea, he was arguably top 3 strikers in that season. The only problem for Chelsea was that they already had Lukaku back in their books in 2014. Back then, they decided that he had all the footballing ability of a dead cat. To be fair, it's hard to defend Lukaku sometimes.
Underhit by Danny Rose and Lukaku. Force wide. The goalkeeper didn't get that close.
Chelsea splashed 100 mil on a guy they had already written off 7 years ago. Lukaku, being the good guy he is, he decided to bring the sequel of his first spell at Chelsea. 8 goals in 26 matches and more loans than a clout-chasing buddy on Instagram. I'll give this transfer a 3 out of 10. At number 9 is Moises Caicedo, a guy who went from zero to hero faster than the Flash. This guy had both Chelsea and Liverpool fighting over who could write the highest check. This guy literally played 1 season for Brighton, and that was enough to convince Chelsea that he was worth 116 million. Come on, this guy is worth at most 40 million. Unfortunately for him, he was thrown in a £1 billion mess at Chelsea and he has never been the same again. He has shown some brilliance, but I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Very average. At number 8 is Declan Rice, who moved from West Ham to Arsenal for 116 million. Rice is actually a decent player, but come on. This guy should cost at most 60 million. Arsenal fans talk about Declan Rice like he's the second coming of Fabregas or Iniesta. And I'm not even hating, just look at this.
Declan Rice is more than cute. He's an absolute. It depends what you want. Like if you want, quality on the ball, that sort of controlling a game, Pedri. But in terms of the domination that we can do with Declan Rice, I think
the domination is there with Pedri as well, and the pivot that he's playing. We're doing the best 11 of La Liga and Premier League. A best 11 combined has Pedri in it. It doesn't have a Declan Rice in it. I'll be honest. I am not conceding this choice.
So I'll go on.
You look like that. I think Fraser looks very angry if we're not going to go with
You know what?
Pedri.
I'm disappointed, as a matter of fact.
Imagine arguing that Rice is better than Pedri. That is the kind of thinking you'll expect to hear from a 90-year-old grandma with dementia. Unfortunately, it's coming from Arsenal fans. On the flip side, Rice has been good for Arsenal, so I'll give him a 6 out of 10, just for the consistency. At number 7 is Jack Grealish, who moved from Aston Villa to City for 117 million. This has to be the most useless unexpected transfer. City didn't even need him at that time. This guy has only had 1 good season at City, the year they won the treble. All the other years, he has been stinking up the place. This guy went from one of the best playmakers in England to a back pass merchant at City. We blame Pep Guardiola for that. Grealish recently went a whole year without scoring a goal for City. He switched off ever since they won the treble. Nowadays, he has more hangovers than chances created on the pitch.
Jack, lad. Any chance for an autograph? Please, Jack. Jack,
I'll give Grealish a 4 out of 10 just for the treble. At number 6, we have Antoine Griezmann, who moved from Atletico to Barcelona for 120 million. As a Barca fan, this hurt a lot. I really wanted Griezmann to do well at Barca, but unfortunately for him, he signed for Barca at the wrong time. You see, Griezmann is a player that strives as being the main man on the team, like he was for Atletico. Unfortunately, we already had Messi for that. Griezmann really struggled at Barca and never utilized the chances that he was given. I'll give him a 6 out of 10 for single-handedly winning Barcelona the Copa del Rey in 2021. At number 5 is another Chelsea midfield buy in Enzo Fernandez, who moved from Benfica for 121 million. Back in 2022, Enzo Fernandez was just an average centre mid playing for River Plate. Benfica came calling in the summer of 2022 and they acquired him for 8 million. December of the same year, Enzo was included in Argentina's squad for the World Cup and they went on to win the whole thing. In January, Chelsea signed him just 6 months after his move to Benfica. Come on, Benfica were just trying to get the bag, because there is no way a player's price inflates that way in just 6 months. To be honest, Enzo has been very underwhelming. average performances, but he has some quality. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. At number 4 is the most talented player, but still the most frustrating one. Of all the people in the list so far, Joao Felix is the most talented of all of them. And yes, he's more talented than Griezmann. The problem with Joao Felix is his work rate. He has all the work rate of a broken chair. Also, he struggles a lot to integrate with the team. Currently, I think he's the most borrowed thing in Europe. His move to Atletico cost 126 million, and it was a big waste of time. I'll give him 4 out of 10 for flopping in Madrid. At number 3 is another frustrating Barcelona player. You see, Coutinho's boyhood club has always been Barcelona. The only problem is that not everyone gets to play for his boyhood club, let alone being a legend there. Before his move to Barcelona, he was arguably top 5 best players in the world. Unfortunately for him, he left a jet that was taking off in Liverpool to join a Titanic that was sinking at Barca. He ended up showing the Brazilian flair of a squashed potato. I'll give him a 5 out of 10 for helping Bayern Munich demolish Barcelona. At number 2 is Kylian Mbappe. His move from Monaco to PSG was definitely a success. He's now PSG's all-time goal scorer. I'll give him the highest rating, 8 out of 10 for being trash in the UCL final in 2020. At number 1 is our beloved Neymar, the most expensive player in the world. The most expensive player to ever play the game. This guy got a scene in Money Heist and proceeded to do his own heist at Al Hilal. Neymar was good for PSG, but I'll give him a 7 out of 10 for all the injuries during important matches. And for this too.
Claro que não pode. E aí, ele criou o
Those were my ratings for the top 10 most expensive players. Tell me what you think about them and also give me your ratings in the comments below. See you in the next one.